Hello everyone. Today I'm very excited about our 20th interview from the ToolSense interview series workshop talks. I'm Jennifer and I'm responsible for communication at ToolSense. And our guests today are Gitte Agersbæk, Business Process Manager, and Maria Morel, Operations Assistant at Coor. And then of course I would like to introduce Alexander Manafi, CEO and co-founder of ToolSense. Mrs. Agersbæk, perhaps you could tell us a few sentences about yourself and Coor.
Well, Coor is a service management company that we are founded in Sweden, but we are working in Denmark. We work in the cleaning department for Coor, and we have about 4,500 co-workers in cleaning. So we are quite large in Denmark. And we are all over Denmark, actually.
Yeah. Thank you. Then we already come to our first question. Mrs. Morel, how did you first get in touch with ToolSense?
Actually, that was Gitte. So I think she'll answer that question better than me.
We went to Interclean Amsterdam, and our co-worker Kasper Beck had already been in touch. Well, he heard about you, so we set up a meeting and we were shown the program, and we were really impressed how ToolSense, how easy it is to use for our first-line managers.
Nice, thank you. And how did you work in asset management prior to ToolSense? What were the challenges?
We didn't have like one system that we worked in, that we don't have we do have some Excel files, the finance department, when we buy things, but we had no control of where some of the assets were, especially some of the smaller ones, and how they moved around, and so we didn't have a good overview of the assets we have in the organization, and that's the main issue we want to address and want to find a solution for.
Great, thank you. And why did you decide for a partnership with ToolSense? Where do you see the value add that ToolSense can bring?
And because it can solve the problems that we have pretty easily, and that it's so mobile phone based, because out in the field, most of our managers don't use the computer all the time, so it had to be easy. And also a lot of our cleaning staff don't have a computer and stuff and like that, so it had to be easy for everybody to do it, and QR code is easy. Everybody can scan a QR code and everybody can get the app. So that's why ToolSense is so good.
And one really important thing for us is that it's not license based on our co-workers. It's only on our first-line managers. So that is really important for us, having 4,500 people working for us. That will be really expensive. And usually when we talk different IT programs, it's always license based on how many users we have. So that is really good for our point of view.
And also the flexibility. We have a lot of different customers, and the customers sometimes have different needs and requirements. So it's nice that we can adapt ToolSense for the customers. And then some customer needs these features, and some customers need other features. So it's the flexibility of it that we can design ToolSense for the customer's need is very good, and our employees' needs as well.
Thank you very much. And what is your vision for the partnership with ToolSense?
That the entire cleaning group uses it, I think, and also maybe even also outside Denmark. So we also talks about ToolSense for like when we're talking with our Swedish co-workers and stuff like that. So so we have one system. That's always the ambition, to have as few systems as possible that can do all the things we need. So the vision is like I think that's our vision at least.
Yes. And ToolSense is comparable with Dynamics, and that is what we do work very hard on in Coor for the cleaning divisions. So that is important for us as well.
Thank you. That sounds really good. And how was the experience of rolling out ToolSense in the field? What was the response of coworkers and suppliers?
It's mostly been the co-workers in the first place. They found it interesting. Not all of them are very IT skilled, and some of but yeah, I think it was easy for them to use, and I think that was positive. It's always difficult to implement new things for them, but I think the response was positive all around, and and also for the customers, they can see the value of it. We're starting to rolling out a place where we use it for like collecting of trash. It's a new customer we're using it for, and to make it easier for them to track how much trash we empty and stuff like that. So I think it works really well in the beginning here.
Great. Happy to hear that. And in which situations does ToolSense help you today in your operations, and where do you see time and money savings with ToolSense?
That we can keep track of what machines we use, and in the future what machines we don't use, so we don't have expensive machines on sites that we don't use. That will be more in the future, but yeah, and also there's also some safety because we can do some L check. So there's also some safety questions. That's good. Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
In the future, we would like to have our employees to order materials through the QR code. So that will be easy for our first line managers to know what they are needed. That's an easy for them to know.
Thank you. Where do you see the status quo of digitalization in the facility management industry? And what do you think would change within the next 10 years maybe?
Oh, that's a big question.
Well, for Coor's part, at least, we have a lot of systems, and ToolSense is just one more add-on. It would be nice just to have one system that we can all use. This is, for our part, a lot of our system in cleaning are based on the cleaning department, but we are one service management team, and it would be nice that we don't have different systems in the different departments. That would be really nice, but usually it's really expensive to change that part.
But also we are in the future there'll be more robot based, and ToolSense can help track that, both the use of the robots and stuff like that. So it's a system that can fit into the future of the cleaning industry as well. I think with the tracking and stuff like that.
Alexander, would you like to add anything here?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I think that cooperation with Coor is just a really good example, because on the one hand, we have a great support of the management team here, and on the other hand, I really want to highlight what great super user Maria actually is. And what I found super interesting is the ideas basically that were created, because we were mainly thinking about machines and equipment and even like smaller stuff like vacuum cleaners, but we would have never thought of like waste bins and all the processes. And in the end, this is also an asset and also has processes attached to it. And if we can make these processes also easier and more efficient, then that's very nice. But yeah, this is stuff that we didn't even think of, or like Gitte said, ordering consumables, etc. So there's a lot of opportunities, I think, that we can tackle together. And yeah, very interesting experience for us as well.
Well, we always find that when we reach out to ToolSense and ask, can we do this? We never say no. You always tell us, we will think how to work on this, and you always find a solution, and you find it really fast. We don't wait months for it, maybe a week, and so, but that's it. And you're always really good at finding easy solutions for us, and always think it's fun to work with us.
Yeah.
We really like that part.
Yeah.
That is a really, really great partnership we have.
We have many ideas, but we don't always know how to solve them. So that's a good thing. We can get help for that.
Yeah. No, Manuel, our customer success manager, is always very excited because he definitely likes to tinker and implement stuff. And yeah, when we get great ideas, it's a lot of fun to do it. And then to see it in the field actually being used for actual processes, it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Then we already reached the end. And thank you very much for this exciting exchange. I was very pleased that you, Mrs. Agersbæk, and Mrs. Morel were here today. And perhaps we will hear from you again very soon.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Bye.